Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast to guide you home into your human journey here on Earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard, and it is my delight to co-create with Gaia and share our messages from Source in this now moment. Here we go. Episode 453. It is Wednesday here in Cincinnati, Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving weekend. And I am downstairs in my meditation room. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. I'm going to finish this time with you and then go hang out with my husband and my family for the weekend. So I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving if you are here in the United States, and I just send so much love with this message out around the world today. It is, as we talked about last week, it is a really intense time for humanity. And so my hope is that this weekend brings peace and a sense of calm and a pause for all of us around the world. I have been really contemplating over the last week since I shifted gears in last week's episode and decided to condense the amount of time we're going to spend in each week together and really focus on energy transmissions, on being so clear in what I can offer in my energy space holding through this podcast, what you can receive, and then what I feel in exchange for the time that we spend. And of course, when we set an intention and decide to shift gears, the resources, the ideas, the expressions that we would like to match or mirror in our own way start to show up. And so one of the podcasters that I follow hosted a beautiful conversation that I was listening to this morning with two other podcasters, and they were just talking about the intention, like what is the purpose of the podcast? What is it that what is the theme or the expression that you want to share in the decision to make a podcast? They were also sharing statistics. Apparently, what did they say? Within the first 3 episodes, 90% of podcasts stop. And within the first 20 episodes, another 90% of those that remained stop. And so those that continue do it for the passion, do it for the joy of creating and sharing and expressing in whatever way we've chosen to do so. I started this podcast in 2018, and I feel like in the summer, I feel like this podcast has walked me through so many so many stages of my own evolution, so many shifts in my way of expressing and communicating what is happening in my journey here with Gaia, my infinite embodiment, the infinite soul that's dancing in this human journey that I call Vivienne. And so how I have shifted gears each time has been a reflection of what's happening inside of myself. And the consistency through all of that is Gaia's love, the love that I know our planet as a consciousness has for humanity, the love that I have for being a human in this experience of life on Earth, and then the collective love that I feel and I hold for humanity to co-create with the consciousness of Gaia, to be an expression of Source in the physical reality. And so all of those themes merge and come through when I create these podcast episodes. And I can feel this shift that is happening. This is part of, I think, why I've been so sick over the last couple of weeks. My system is going through an energetic shift, transmission, transmutation, I don't even know what word, realignment, recalibration. I'm going through something that is going to express differently, I believe, in the next year. And I attribute a lot of that to the astrological shift of Pluto moving from Capricorn to Aquarius. We've talked a lot about that in this space, and I feel like I'm just beginning to understand what it could be, what the potential is, and how it's going to feel for us. So when I was meditating before creating this episode together for us, I was really just listening to my own guidance, to the guidance of, those beings, those souls that work with me and walk with me. And a couple phrases came through, and I want to share those here because I feel like they will guide how we co-create. The first one was listening inside, and that's going to be the title for today, and we're going to have a moment of that together coming up here. And then the second phrase that came through was shared experience. And I feel like this new iteration of me, this new leader that's emerging within myself or guide for this shift that we're going through as a humanity, there's a desire for co-creation in all the work that I do, for me to show up and open my energy field, my space holding abilities, my transmission, as I'm doing right now, of energy through my voice, through my eyes, through the intention that I bring to each episode. There's a desire that I create an experience for you that goes beyond just hearing words, that you receive a transmission, an activation or a soothing or whatever it is that your system needs in the moment that you tune in with me. And we have a shared experience because I can already feel that that is happening in the moment right now, that I'm inviting that experience. And so as I create it, as I extend that invitation and I create the energy space, I can feel you meeting me in that space. Beyond time, we dissolve time, and there's this heart-to-heart coherence that happens, this meeting of the souls, meeting of the souls in a physical moment where I can feel it in my heart, where you see my eyes, you hear my smile, you can hear in my voice, like I feel us having this shared experience, and you are better for it and I am better for it. And when we are both better for it together, there's a ripple that goes from that shared experience out into humanity. And humanity is better for what we just created together. My ears are just like ringing right now. So I can feel the intention is pure. When I was meditating, I just had this thought that kept coming through. It was like, my spaces that I create are always safe. They're safe spaces. My heart is a safe space to be. My eyes, when you look into my eyes, it's a safe space to land. When you hear my voice, I've created a safe space in which we can meet that consistently I know is going to be safe. And I think for many humans right now, there are not a lot of safe spaces, physically, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. There are not a lot of safe spaces. And my intention for Gaia's Love podcast is that it continues to be a safe space to land, that you can tune in and hear my voice or watch the video or just be. And you feel safety and more secure than you did before the podcast episode started. So that was one piece. The listening inside is the gift that I would like to invite you into. And maybe you're already doing that as you're listening to me right now. Maybe It's already started from the time you turned on this episode. There's this thing that happens often when people do energy work with me, specifically when they do meditations or virtual sessions that I'm guiding a process. There's a way that my voice creates a frequency, and you have a space within which you hear your own frequency more clearly. And so it doesn't really matter what words I'm using. It doesn't really matter what I'm talking about. In a meditation, I could be talking for an hour, which I do every month, and you don't hear a word of it. You go into your own inner landscape, and sometimes you sleep, sometimes you go on your own journey through the universe, sometimes you're in your body, doing whatever work needs to be realigned and healed within your body. But my words are not relevant. It's the frequency of energy of love that allows you to go inside and listen. And so that is my hope for today's episode, which we're going to keep to 15 minutes, is that even in this moment, there's a way you can listen to what's happening inside of you, perhaps more compassionately than you have all week. Perhaps with more kindness for yourself than you've offered yourself all week. You can listen to what's happening in your body. You can feel what your body actually desires or needs from you. Maybe your mind offers you a task list, and as that is happening and you're listening inside of yourself, your heart can come into alignment with what your mind thinks is important. Maybe your heart reprioritizes your task list for your mind. Maybe it's a reminder to breathe. Maybe it's just a reminder to breathe out some of the fear, to relax your muscles and allow your mind, body, soul to come into greater harmony, to be in alignment in a way that maybe you haven't been able to create for yourself or feel within yourself all week. As we sit here the day before Thanksgiving, maybe as you listen inside of yourself, you can tap into gratitude. Star just sighed. Maybe you can tap into gratitude for breath, for life, for pets, family, for friends. Gratitude for a body that is healthy or on its way to being healthy. Gratitude for peace. Like, is there peace inside? When you listen inside of yourself, can you find the space where peace exists within you already? And can you expand that? Can you breathe peace throughout your entire physical form? And can you breathe out some of the fear, some of the doubt, some of the pain, some of the heartbreak? Can you choose to expand within yourself with your breath? Hope, belief in the good of being alive. Expand that a little bit within your physical body. And can you be in gratitude right now, full gratitude that this mind, body, soul is safe enough that you get to pause and listen to this podcast with me, to have the space, the attention, the capacity to have a shared experience where we're listening inside together. And can you integrate all of that within yourself? I'm nodding. Yes, you can. You can do that. You can integrate it. And can you open your shoulders and keep your heart a little more open and move from this shared experience stronger, a little more resilient, more centered? Yes, you can. So I send you so much love, so much gratitude for being in this moment with me. And I will meet you back here next week. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.